let me be clear about something. A lot of people, the reason I call this organic marketing mastery is a lot of people believe that organic marketing is dead. And I think the reason that a lot of people think organic marketing is dead is because motherfuckers are lazy. Straight up. A lot of people say organic marketing is dead, but it's just because they're lazy. Like, people say organic marketing is dead, and so they'd rather focus on Facebook ads. But guess what? Facebook ads take just as much time to create the ad and create the copy. Then you have to do a bunch of testing. So you have to spend money to figure it out. And again, I do use Facebook ads, but Facebook ads are maybe 20% of where my leads come from. So organic is the way. Organic is the way. When I first started PT Domination, so after I folded Aesthetic Nation, the month after I folded Aesthetic Nation with PT Domination, we did I think we made about $10,000. It took me about 3 to 4 months of consistency to get up to a place where I was making like 30 to 40K a month. So far this year, we've made $1.5 million of PT Domination. $1.5 million so far this year. This is my second year in business. And I also want to be clear about something. My program is $300 a month. So for those of you guys that are like, there's no way I could make $1.5 million in a year. Like, yo, if your fitness coaching program is $300 a month, you fucking can do that, because I'm doing it right now. My program's $300 a month. I'm not selling this like super expensive program that's outlandish. So it's not like I have this giant higher ticket coaching program that like you guys can't create. Like $300 a month is what I'm selling my service for. $300 a month. So I am here to teach you how to be an organic boss. I am going to teach you in today's episode how to dominate your fucking space. I'm going to teach you in today's episode how to be a leader. And I know right now that there's a bunch of you guys that are tuning in and listening to this podcast. I also know how human behavior works. And I'm going to speak to the one person that's going to do something with this. Because a lot of you guys are going to listen, you're going to get inspired, you're going to get motivated, and then you're not going to do anything. I'm going to speak to that one person that's going to do something. So if you're excited to learn how to be an organic boss and you're listening to the podcast, give me a nod. If you're tuning in, drop some fire emojis. Okay, let's go. Let's get right into it. There are five steps to becoming an organic boss. And I'm going to overview these steps. If you're in my mastermind, you're going to recognize these. If you're in my mastermind, this is going to be an overview of the lesson that you learned in the first month. There are 5 steps to becoming an organic boss and absolutely dominating the fuck out of your space. Number 1, the first step to becoming an organic boss is mindset, and it is master your mornings. Guys, online fitness coaches, a lot of you guys get super overwhelmed when you think about these big ass numbers. Like you see online coaches on my Instagram that are making $10,000 to $20,000 to $40,000 a month. But the truth is, like, you get so caught up in comparing yourself to other people that you forget about running your own race. Like, the only day that you ever have to live is today. Like, today's the only day you ever live. And so like yesterday is just this idea inside of your mind of a today that's past. And tomorrow is just this idea of what today's going to look like. But today is the only day that you're ever alive, period. Yesterday happened yet, like in a today, and tomorrow is going to happen in a today. Today is the only day that ever happens ever. And today always starts in the morning. So how you start your morning sets the tone for the whole fucking day. So everything that I talk about in this podcast today is going to be of zero value for you if you don't win your morning. Who here I'm just curious, who here is in the habit of waking up and checking their phone when they first wake up? As soon as you check your phone when you wake up, you become a victim to the outside world. Sometimes somebody says something to you that's amazing. That's like, oh my God, I just signed a new client. And sometimes you get a client that's asking for a refund. And so instantly you become reactive to the outside world. And when you become reactive to the outside world, it kills your ability to be creative. Like creativity, being able to post consistent content on all these social media platforms comes from mental clarity. And if you wake up in the morning and you're like immediately unclear because you check your phone and somebody says something rude to you, or your mom says something that throws you off, like now you're screwed for the whole day. Now it's hard for you to sit down and focus. Now it's hard for you to get back to clients. Now it's hard for you to get on your story because you woke up and you were a victim in the morning to whatever you read. Number 1 is to master your mornings. It seems so simple, but it's so fundamental. This is one of the biggest things that's leveled me up as an online fitness coach in general. The first step, like I'm talking like, and here's the fucking funny thing is I know that a lot of you guys tune into this podcast looking for some like where's the magic tricks? And I'm going to give you guys some tools, but most people want the smoke and mirrors and they don't want the fucking truth. The truth is, unless you master your mornings consistently every day for the rest of your life, then you're going to be a victim to whatever happens in the mornings. So if you have a good morning because things are going awesome in your life, that's amazing. If you have a bad morning because your mom calls you and tells you that your grandma's sick, then like, that's not good. So unless you master your mindset and you get yourself into a positive mental place every single morning, there's no possible way that you're going to ever make higher than you're making right now. Like it all starts with your mind. So every single morning when you wake up and you check your phone, you make the decision to kill your mental clarity and you set the tone for your day. Sometimes that tone is good, sometimes it's bad. However, if you take a proactive approach to your mornings and you just decide, I'm going to win every fucking day and it's going to start every fucking morning, that's where success comes from. You guys feel me? Does this make sense? So for me, I made the decision to become an organic boss. I made a decision to own my space because I made it. Like, it starts with winning every single fucking morning, every single morning, Monday through Sunday. My anxiety, my depression, my overwhelm, my frustrations, my fears don't take a break. So why should I? Is this making sense? So online fitness coaches, the first step to becoming an organic boss and absolutely dominating your space is this. Set up a powerful morning ritual. I recommend 3 things. Number 1, one thing for your mind. Number 2, one thing for your body. Number 3, one thing for your emotions. I also recommend that your morning ritual be less than 30 minutes because what's the likelihood you're going to do an hour and a half long morning ritual on a weekend? Very, very little, right? However, you can commit to 30 days or 30 minutes every single morning, Monday through Sunday, no matter what. So I'd recommend that your morning ritual be under 30 minutes or below, because that's something you can commit to every single day. And if you can't commit to it every single day, you don't fucking want to be successful. Straight up. It starts in the morning. If I can go from a recovering drug addict to a millionaire by mastering my morning ritual, then so can you. So the first thing is to master your morning. That's step 1. I've got 5 steps. It's 5 steps. One of the biggest things I always talk about is like in our minds, we think weekends, right? Like we're like, oh, I can chill on the weekends. But your anxiety doesn't understand the concept of Sunday. So your anxiety isn't going to look at you on Sunday and be like, hey, you know, Brian, you had a really hard week, so I'm not going to bother you today. Your anxiety never takes a day off, so why should you? My morning ritual, 10 minutes of guided meditation, 10 minutes of walking on the treadmill, 10 minutes of reading. Simple. You will remain stuck unless you get a handle on your morning ritual. Nothing else I teach you will be of any value unless you make the decision to do something with it. And again, I'm going to say this one more time. There's going to be one person that does every single thing that I'm going to tell you guys to do in this podcast. And that one person is going to message me in 6 months and say, fucking thank you. So I hope that's you. Number 2, the second thing that you need to do, online fitness coaches, to become an organic boss is this: master your time. The second thing that you need to do is you need to master your time. Who here has ever gotten to a place where they feel burnt out, stressed out? They don't want to look at their phone. They feel resistant to working on their online business. Burning out / stressed out / feeling anxious about working on your business is a result of improper time management. There's no way you're going to make $10, $20, $30, $40,000 a month if you're burned out when you're working on your business. There's no possible way you're going to post content 5 times a week on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn if you're burned out every time you look at your phone. Burnout is a result of improper time management, improper use of the 24 hours that all of us have. All of us have the same 24 hours. Me, Gary Vee, Oprah, Tony Robbins, every single person in the world, you, my mom, everybody has 24 hours, 1,440 minutes. And most of us as online coaches, it's almost like we know what we need to do to grow our online business. And we keep all of those things in our head, right? And so we're like, oh, I need to lead generate, and I need to write content, and I need to go live on Facebook and Instagram, and I need to get back to my clients, and I need to get on calls, and I need to generate leads. That's a lot of stuff going up here. Guys, there is nothing that I do in my day that isn't structured and organized. I'm a master of my time. I make sure that every single thing that I need to do every single day is written down and I have it in front of me so that I can just go through the list and I can cross it off. So here's how we make this happen. If you want to be an organic boss, you need to master your time. Every single day after you're done your morning ritual, you need to sit down and you need to create your to-do list for the day, and your to-do list has to have content creation on it. Guys, I post every single day on TikTok, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, and the podcast app. Every single fucking day. I'm just a human. I'm just a regular person, just like you. And I'm not even asking you to post every single day on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, the podcast app, YouTube, TikTok, sometimes twice a day for TikTok. I post every single day on those platforms. If you're having a hard time posting 3 to 5 times a week on Facebook and Instagram, like you're not using your time properly. You need to master your time. The reason that I'm able to post on these platforms consistently, by the way, this is 100% the number one reason that I've made as much money as I've made this year, is because I'm outworking my competition. I'm outworking everybody. And I'm also playing for legacy. I want to give so much value to my audience. I want to give so much stuff away for free that eventually people come to me and they're like, dude, I've been listening to your podcast for the last 3 months and I've gotten so much value. Thank you so much. Like, I want to work with you. That's what I want. I don't want to have to hard sell anybody. I want people to get so much value from me that by the time they have a conversation with me, they're like, yo, this dude, he's fucking it. One of my boys, Christian Fleenor, is actually a really good example of this. Christian Fleenor has posted a swipe workout every single day for like the last 3 to 5 years. Every single day, high quality swipe videos 7 times a week. How does he do that? He masters his time. He has a structure. He has a system. Here's my thing. Every morning after your morning ritual, you need to set your to-do list for the day. And then, and this is the most important part. You have to have integrity to that to-do list. I'm just curious, how many of you guys sit down to write a to-do list and absolutely do every single thing on that list every single time? Say me if you do. Writing a to-do list is a part of the process. The second part of the process is actually doing the shit. And I'll tell you why. We're going to talk about character for a minute. If you're in the habit of writing a to-do list and not getting it done, here's what happens. When you write your to-do list, you almost know that you're not going to do it. And so it doesn't mean anything when you write your to-do list. Does this make sense? So if you write your to-do list and you always don't get 3 things done, then you don't take yourself seriously enough to focus on your success and see things through. And you'll know that while you're writing things on the to-do list because you know you're not going to get it done anyways. See, part of writing a to-do list is putting out your ideas on paper. The hardest part about writing a to-do list is fucking sticking to it. I believe in integrity. Now, integrity means when I say I'm going to do something, it's done. And a lot of us, the reason that we are struggling with integrity is because we lose focus, right? Sometimes when we sit down to write a post, we get absolutely nothing done because we get distracted. We lose sight. We get caught up in social media. We get distracted. Somebody comes into the room and they say something to us and then we're thrown off of our thought pattern and we can't get back into work. Does this make sense? So mastering your time means this. You have a to-do list. The second part of that is getting everything done. If you're in the habit of making to-do lists, but you're also in the habit of not getting it done, here's a little hack. Write a smaller list. It's better to have a smaller list and get everything done on the list than to have a big list and miss some items. Because when you do that, you're setting up the habit of failure. Is this clear? Okay, so the last little hack that I want to give you guys in terms of mastering your time is this. If you're going to sit down and you're going to write a post, then sit down and write the post. What I mean by this is I'll actually set a timer on my phone. So if I'm going to write a post, I'll sit down, I'll set a timer for 20 to 30 minutes. And for that 20 to 30 minutes, I'll put my phone on airplane mode and I will write my post completely undistracted. I call these focused work sessions. This is one of the most important parts of this lesson. Like everything else that I teach you guys is valuable, but this is it. If I can teach you guys how to focus and be intentional, you guys will get a lot more content done. So I'll set a timer for 20 to 30 minutes and then I'll get the work done. Is this clear? Is this helpful? Is this making sense? You guys are listening to the podcast, give me a nod. If you're tuning in, let me know if this is making sense. Okay, so the third key to becoming an organic boss, organic marketing mastery, secrets from a millionaire, third key. People need to know you, like you, and trust you. Now that is a fundamental of marketing. That's been around forever. However, In order for people to know us, like us, and trust us, at PT Domination, I came up with these 3 content types. I call them connection, proof, and value. Now, most online coaches understand the value piece, right? Most online coaches are like, here are 3 secrets to grow your booty, and here are my top 5 tips for fat loss, and here's my tips if you want to see a 6-pack. Most online coaches get it. Where most online coaches are missing the mark is connection and proof. Value is only a part of the equation. People will like you if you give them value. People will know you if you post connection, and people will trust you when they see evidence that you know what you're talking about. Know you, like you, and trust you. That means we need to post 3 different content types: connection, proof, and value. One of my highest ever performing posts was a post where I came out and I talked about my drug addiction for the first time. And I said, I'm going to tell you guys something that you might not know about me, but here it goes. And then I was like 3 years ago, and this was like back in 2017. I was like 3 years ago, I suffered with a serious drug addiction, and I talked about my cocaine addiction for the first time. And then I did a before and after, and the before was me, like while I was struggling with my addiction, and then me when I wasn't struggling with my addiction, when I was on top of my fitness, my health, and my business. The post blew up. I had like 500 likes on Facebook, 250 comments, and 25 shares because I was actually real as fuck. I just showed people a side of me that they didn't see before. So connection. Most people are afraid of posting connection-based content because they're like, oh, I don't want to damage my reputation. Or if people found that out about me, they might not like me. For me, this is how guys, if you're taking notes, I want you to write this down. When you're sharing your story, you need to be vulnerable without being a victim. So if you're writing a post and you're like, oh, I'm going through a divorce right now and it's so sad and my ex-husband's an asshole and woe is me, like that's not a good connection post. A good connection post would be something where you're like, honestly, like I've been going through a hard time right now. I am going through a divorce, but it's making me a stronger woman. And like, here's how I'm becoming a better person because of this thing. That's a good connection post. So being vulnerable without being a victim. Connection post doesn't just mean like opening up about deep, vulnerable stuff though. Connection posts means like, hey, this is my dog, Mr. Fluffy Pants. Connection, I actually do have a dog named Mr. Fluffy Pants, by the way. It's not I didn't name it, but we're not going to get into that right now. That's not what this podcast is about. A connection post is like me and my beautiful fiance. A connection post is a picture of me and my dad. A connection post is me doing something that I enjoy, me doing something fun. A connection post is something that doesn't necessarily have to do with my business, but shows who I am as a person. That's how people get to know you, right? People get to know you when they see who you are as a person, not just how you can help them lose weight. Does that make sense? So we got like you with value, know you with connection, and trust you is social proof. Social proof. Social proof means that you need to show that you know what you're talking about. You can say my 5 secrets to losing 5 pounds, or you can show this is my client John that lost 5 pounds. This is my client Sarah that lost 5 pounds. This is me losing 5 pounds last year. This is me losing 5 pounds 2 years ago. And you just constantly show that you know what you're talking about. Results don't lie. And if you think you're posting too much social proof, you're not posting enough. I literally almost guarantee you every single online fitness coach that's listening to this podcast right now is not posting enough social proof. If you guys look at my social media, one of the biggest things that I do is I show my clients results all the time because I can say that I'm an expert at helping you grow an online business, or I can show you the 81 students that I've helped break $10,000 a month. Results don't lie. So you guys need to showcase your results consistently, often, as much as possible on your stories, on your Instagram, on your Facebook, on your newsfeed, etc. Social proof, by the way, will get the least amount of engagement, but social proof will get you the most amount of clients. Cool. Is this helpful so far? So we've got, we're on tip number 4, but so far we've covered mastering your mornings, mastering your time, know you, like you, and trust you. The next thing we're going to be talking about, point number 4, is this. Go omni. Omnipresence means to be everywhere at all times. Omnipresence means be everywhere at all times. Here's a practical example of this, okay? Right now, I'm recording a podcast episode. I'm also live streaming on Facebook and Instagram. I'm also going to use this video that I'm recording right now, and I'm going to cut it and I'm going to upload it to YouTube. So from this one live stream, I'm going to have a YouTube episode, a podcast episode. I get 2 Facebook live streams, and some of the content that I wrote for this live stream, I'm going to use this. I'm going to make it into a post. Does this make sense? So here's I'm not going to make you guys do that, but here's a very simple way for you guys to do this. How many of you guys will write posts once and then not use them ever again? It's pretty common, right? Most of us write a post and then it just disappears into the algorithm. Social media, every 24 hours, there's new posts on the feed. So going omni means this. Here's a very simple way for you to go on. I want somebody to do this, please. I want somebody to do this. If you're going to do this, say me below, or just message me and tell me that you went omni. I want you to take, the next post that you write, I want you to write the post. I want you to post it. And then that same day, I want you to go live later about that post. So let's say you're talking about your 3 secrets to go booty, right? You're going to post that. So make the post in the morning. At night, go live about the exact same thing. Hey guys, what's going on? So today I want to talk to you guys about a post I wrote earlier, and I'm going to talk about 3 secrets to grow a booty. So I'm going to give people a minute to tune in. So as you're tuning in, let me know how your day's going in the comments. I'm going to invite some people to watch live. All right. So we're talking about growing a booty today, et cetera, et cetera. And you just go live about the exact same topic that you wrote the post about. It's so simple. Why would you go live about the same thing? Well, some people are going to read the post. Some people are going to watch the live. And maybe they'll read the post and watch the live. And that's a person that's probably going to become your client. Right? Some people watch Facebook live streams. Some people read posts. Here's another level that you guys can take that. That post that you wrote, right? About growing that booty. Always about the booty. That post that you wrote, why don't you do an Instagram story about that post as well? Exact same content. So you can write your 3 secrets to growing your booty, and then you write the post, and then you can go on your story and you can talk afterwards. And you can be like, hey guys, what's going on? It's B Mark Fit here. And I just wrote a post about 3 secrets to growing your booty. And I actually wanted to talk about each secret individually. So the first secret that I'm going to be talking about is progressive overload. And you just go into it. The second secret is going to be XYZ. The third secret is XYZ. If you got value from the story and you'd want more information on how to grow your peach, drop me a peach emoji in the DMs and I'll reach out to you and I'll see if I can help. Let's go. Is this helpful? Does this make sense? 1 post, 3 times. Go omni. Guys, and you can take this to the next level. If you don't have Facebook and Instagram and LinkedIn downloaded on your phone right now, or Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, step up. I'm telling you, again, I'm going to say it one more time. I post every day on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, YouTube, and the podcast app 5 times a week. I'm just a 29-year-old dude that's just working. So write it once, use it 3 times. Write it once, use it 3 times. Same post, use that 1 post, use it as a Facebook Live, and then you can use that same post. You can talk in your story about it. 1 post 3 times. That's the simplest level of this, okay? So go omni. Is this helpful? Does this make sense? Cool. I was gonna get into like how many platforms you should be on, but I'm actually not gonna touch that. I'm just gonna keep it really simple for this podcast. So for the sake of this podcast, you can use 1 post and you can write a post, post it on Facebook and Instagram, and then that exact same post go live on Facebook about that post later that day, and then talk about the post. And then you can also go in your story and talk about that exact same post, and then you can do a call to action saying, if you're getting value, drop me a peach emoji in the DMs. So we're going to keep it simple. Does that make sense? Are we clear on the same page? Okay. Secret number 5. This is the final secret. Organic marketing mastery. How I came into the business coaching space and took the fuck over. Number 5. If you're taking notes, please write this down because this is it right here. This is the number 1 lesson. Number 5 is this. Be so consistent, you can't be ignored. Be so consistent, you can't be ignored. Guys, when I first came into the business coaching space, like I had built my own fitness business to $50,000 a month, but nobody knew who the fuck I was. I'm like talking about business, growing your business, et cetera, et cetera. The only proof that I had was my own business. So it's the same thing for you guys, right? If you're just getting started with online coaching, maybe the only proof that you have is your own story, like your own transformation. But I'm so consistent that you couldn't ignore me. This is it. This is the number 1 lesson. Nothing I just told you is going to be of any value if you're not consistent. If you wake up tomorrow and do your morning routine, that's amazing. But then on the weekend, you fall off track. It's fucking, don't even do it. There's no point. If you're not consistent, nothing happens. A seed doesn't become a tree overnight. Seeds become trees over time. Most online coaches, what they'll do is they'll start posting on social media. They're like, yo, B-Mark fucking lit me up. I'm going for it. I'm getting it. Let's get it. Start posting on social media for like 2 weeks. And then they only get one person reach out to them and ask them their help. And they're like, yo, this shit isn't working, man. Organic is dead. Brian doesn't know what he's talking about. Organic's dead. And then they stop posting. But that 2 weeks that they just spent warming up potential clients in their audience, now they disappear from social media, right? Like if I'm the trainer, I stop posting. Those potential clients that were kind of warming up to you, now those leads are going to go dead cold again. And then you're like, oh shit, I want to get my online business going again. And so then you have to restart the momentum and you start posting again, and maybe they warm up to you again, and then you get discouraged, back down to square one. Who here's done that before? And I'm not like attacking anybody, but I just want to make you aware of this behavior so that you can catch it in its tracks and we can just stop doing that. A lot of people will get consistent with their social media and then they won't get the traction that they want, and then they'll stop posting, and then they'll want to get consistent again. They'll start posting, then they'll stop posting, and they start, and then they stop. This stopping and starting is killing the relationship with your audience. Remember, if people want to purchase off you, they need to know you, like you, and trust you. The way that they know you, like you, and trust you is you get so consistent that you can't be ignored. When my podcast first came out, like it's not like people were lining up to listen to me because they had no idea who the fuck I was. But now my podcast is getting over 20,000 downloads a month. I'm so consistent, you can't ignore me. So in your coaching business, the seeds that you're planting every single day are the posts that you're making. And those seeds are going to become trees when those trees are ready to become trees. Like you can't decide when clients are ready to work with you. Only they can make the decision. For me, I'm also so all in with my vision, and I'm so all in with taking over that I don't care if somebody purchases off of me now, because I know I'm going to be the best business coach in the game for the next few years. Does this make sense? Like I'm so committed to the long game that I don't care if somebody buys off of me now, because I know when they're ready, I'm the fucking person that they're going to come to because I'm always here. Stop looking for the easy way out and start playing the long game. Stop wondering how you're going to make money now and start thinking about how to make money this year. Stop looking for quick dollars and start looking for long-term scale and get consistent. Play the long game. Is this making sense? Is this valuable? Guys, let's recap. All right, let's recap. In the last 2 years, I went from, I folded my fitness business where I was making $50,000 a month, and I started a business from zero. PT Domination started with 0 clients. I took my business from 0 clients to hitting $200,000 per month in 2 years. This is how I did it. The first fundamental framework is understanding that you have to win every fucking day. And every day starts in the morning. So if you can master your mornings and you can win your morning, you set yourself up to win the day. The second thing is, guys, there's a lot of things you guys can do to grow your coaching business. You can lead gen, you can content create, you can go live on Instagram, Facebook, etc. You can do all of these things. The second fundamental is understanding that you need to become a master of your time. You need to get organized and diligent with the way that you work instead of doing a bunch of random things at a bunch of random times. The key to success is consistency, right? In our gym routine, we need to get into the habit of, like, I recommend when I was coaching fitness clients, I'd recommend that my clients go to the gym around the same time and they get themselves conditioned to go at the same time because it becomes a habit and a ritual. I recommend doing the same sort of framework with your coaching business, mastering your time and getting consistent with the rituals that will lead you to success. The third key that got me to $200,000 a month is this. In order for people to want to work with you, they need to know you, they need to like you, and they need to trust you. For people to know you, like you, and trust you, I came up with the 3 content types, and those content types are connection, proof, and value. Connection is getting people to know you. Proof is showing that you know what you're talking about, and value is giving people content that will actually help them. The fourth key to organic marketing mastery is going omni. The simplest way for you guys to do this: write one post, use it 3 times. So write a post in the morning, and then go live on Facebook about it, and then do that same post and talk in your story about it. Write it once, use it 3 times. And the last key to organic marketing mastery that I'm going to give you guys in today's episode is to be so consistent you can't be ignored. Stop stopping and starting. We tell our clients not to yo-yo diet, but we yo-yo business all the time. I'm going to do that. I'm going to make that as a quote, yo-yo business. We'll start our business and we'll get momentum, and then we'll stop our business because it's not working, and then we'll start again, then we'll stop again, then we'll start again, then we'll stop again. Like, just get consistent. We tell our clients not to yo-yo diet, so why